Good morning. We are live. Wi-Fi is back up after the stormy events of yesterday, if you had a storm. So let me know if you are live, let me know if you're watching, coming in, just helps me see who's on the replay, and what you take from it. As I want to share this today is it's something that's more personal to me actually, but I hope you can relate to it too. And this is about how to start creating small, simple habits that are healthy habits that mean we don't have to rely so much on willpower. Now, I spoke about the other day, if you did see it, about how willpower is just a limited resource and eventually it's going to run out. And I want to speak from this point of view about my sleeping habits, okay? So if I said this week that I need to get to sleep at 9:30 a.m. and I write down all these reasons, and sometimes the week just goes, I forget about these reasons, I don't reinforce them, and I choose not to do them. And as a result of that, I go to bed later, I get up a bit later, and as a result of that, I'm more tired, less productive, I don't make as good decisions, and let's face it, who makes as good decisions when they're tired? And this could be as simple as, I don't know, washing up and the washing up liquid being run out and your response to that. Like, it could be as simple as that, and how much energy we put into these things that are just not important, like many problems. It could be our snacking decisions in an evening. For example, you go to bed a bit earlier, that's less time in the evening when most people, their snacking habits are rife at that time. Maybe someone has a bath in that evening, they're taken away from the kitchen, they're relaxing, they're off their phone. And I'll just say now, if I have a bath on an evening, it's amazing the difference in my snacking habits by going to have a bath, or my need or my want or the willpower needed not to go in the kitchen. Especially if I'm doing some work or doing something quite late, or even watching TV, which I don't do often, but maybe me and Mrs. Fruci were watching a film or something like that, and then, not blaming here, but if she gets something, it's almost like, oh, do I get something? You know, am I hungry? You start to question it. Let me know if you can relate to that. So what's the simple, small step to start challenging this? Well, something that I've realised is that we have a strategy, whether we're aware of it or not, we have a strategy for creating our results. So our results are pretty much the sum of all of our habits over the last period of time, whether that's 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years. Where we are now is a sum of all these habits added up, and that's brought us here. So the good news is we can change our habits now and actually know that where we want to be in the future might be somewhere different. So our habits, what we've done before, has got us to here. But if we're starting to change our habits now, and it's not going to be perfect, that could get us to there. And that's exciting. And when that switches on, that you don't have to be perfect with this, because like I said, if you have a strategy for creating your results where you are now we can start to look at it. It's something we do on day one, by the way, of our free 5-day Kickstart for ladies over 40 who want to start to get on that road to maybe fitting into their clothes better, getting a handle on comfort eating, snacking, doing some exercise, doing the things that they know they need to do, even if you have knee issues, don't feel like you're fit enough. This is what we do on day one. It's essentially looking at where you are with your habits now. And I know it sounds like, well, I know where I'm at, whatever. But you do this and you can start to see what change you can make straight away. So for me, yes, not being perfect with my sleep, and that would be like more around the self-care habit. But actually, if I get that one thing right, everything else falls into place. I can make better decisions. And what I'm saying is nothing acts at random. If I'm tired one day, there's a reason for it. Whether it's 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whether I snack more. I had a chat with someone yesterday. They seem to snack more or get more hunger the day after work because they're sleeping shift patterns, so they're more tired that day. So what can we put into place to help that? Well, there's a few things you could do. You could pre-plan your meals so that they're ready for you, so you have less willpower needed to make that choice, okay? So if it's already done for you, the fewer decisions you have to make, the less willpower you're going to have to use. That is how you're going to make this something that you can actually stick to more long term. That is how you're going to make it something that fits your lifestyle, one, whether you work or not, and two, to rely less on willpower. Now, going back to what I'm doing with my sleep. So now, this might sound a bit weird to some people, but every evening now I'm rewriting the benefits of going to bed at 9:30. So in the morning I do it, but I almost forget by the end of the day. So I'm just going to rewrite the benefits. Not right late at night. So just in the evening, it takes 2 minutes. Rewrite what are the benefits of getting to bed early. Well, I'm less ratty the next day. I'm more productive. More productive means more time with family. And when I say more time with family, that on its own means a lot. But if I say more time with names like Imi, Ottilie, Mrs. Fruci, like da-da-da, all of a sudden it becomes like quite a personal thing. Actually, yeah, because we have a strategy for working long hours. We have a strategy for not being productive. Sometimes we're just unaware of it. The benefits, less ratty, like I said, more productive, more time with family. I'm more motivation to exercise, more control over my hunger. I just don't feel as hungry when I've slept better. And that's backed up by research as well. And that, for me, is my domino. If I get that right, everything else falls into place. It's like the feeling of unstoppable, if you like, feeling of just being kind of, yeah, so much energy. And if you can protect your energy by doing that one thing and creating it by then doing the things that it allows you to do. So I'm protecting my energy by getting that sleep, creating it by then having the motivation to exercise, be more productive, spend time with family, do something I enjoy. That, put together, moulded up into a nice little strategy, is a strategy to be where you want to be in the future. So, if you don't know what your one thing is at the moment, don't worry. Come and join us in the 5-day Kickstart. So we're going to help you find that and help you really narrow down on that. The Q&As will help you that too, as I describe each task in there and really go into it. So if you do though, let me know what your one thing is. The one thing that if you do, almost helps the other thing go into place. And even if you're not sure of your one thing, and you're like, yeah, but even if I do that, I still X, Y, Z. Because it doesn't have to make things perfect. And there's going to be days where you don't. You just feel a certain way. But the more aware you get about these things, the better. And I can say that because, like I said, we have a subconscious strategy for feeling a certain way sometimes. And asking great questions will give you great answers. And that's what we'll be doing in the 5-day Kickstart. So if you want to join us in there, click the link above. There'll be a short 10-minute workout every day as well that you can do laying down, seated, in some instances, really working around you. So if you're worried you're not be fit enough for that, give it a try. And even if you've tried it before, maybe you didn't do it to the extent you wanted to do it. Maybe you want to do it again, you just had some fun and you got more out of it. Like, you know, some of the ladies have said it's been really, really eye-opening for them. So if you want to come in and do that, click the link in the description and I will see you then. Any questions, let me know, and let me know your one domino if you know it. Take care and speak soon.